largely, definitely crazy. So we're here in the morning, day 2, session 2, and at this point in time, Carlos Sainz is leading the boards for a moment. Both Ferraris are in the top 3. Charles Leclerc currently right now is out on track. What is pretty important at this point in time, at least to me, is to see both Ferraris right there by each other, right? Charles Leclerc right now on track trying to put in some nice laps, some hot laps. Also, both Mercedes next to each other. So you pretty much got these teams paired up, right? So we're starting to get closer and closer to what we may be able to. I see what's going on, Bajan. How you doing, Sylvia with Kelly? Hey, really appreciate you. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. It's day to day. I had planned to be here a little earlier, but that was impossible given some of the things that I was going through. And so I just had to be able to get on here when I finish treatment and get on. So I will say that I am glad to be here. We have an hour and 40 minutes. I will likely stay on for about a good half hour. I also, like I was pointing out, the teams are pretty much married together and within their teammates. You got Lance Stroll, Alonso together, 8, 9, 6 and 7. You got Alpine, 4 and 5. You got Mercedes, and 2 and 3. You got Ferrari. Oddly, we have a Williams at the top, which is pretty cool. And I don't know how realized that's going to be by the time we finish out this session or go into day 3. Like I said, this is kind of like almost you can take as much from the testing in days as you can from the Q1, Q2. But when you get to Q3, one day at a time is surely right. When you get to Q3, it's like I say, it's all chips to the center of the table. What's going on? Extracts in the live chat, man. Nice to see the fam blue and purple badges all through here. So yeah, you pretty much can take a little bit more from that and test in a day 3. Now earlier I saw that McLaren were doing quite a bit to their aero. Dave's Quattro in the live chat. They were doing quite a bit to their aero. A lot of flow viz on and off. I don't know what all may be going on with that. Some would speculate that at this point in time, it would be not a good situation for McLaren. I don't think that may be the case. I think that McLaren, if Red Bull had a fast and solid car to the belief where they could come into the 2025 season and not make a huge amount of adjustments to their aero package, I would think that McLaren is in that same boat, right? But they've made some changes. I think right now they're trying to understand those changes to the best of their ability. They want to maximize those changes, hoping that the updates would become upgrades. And in doing so, they're probably trying to collect as much data as they can. So I don't necessarily take that as McLaren's in trouble. I do know in the past couple seasons they've come out slow. They haven't come out with the car that they wanted, and then it took them almost half the season to finally get there. Last season they came online a lot sooner, and I expect for them to come online soon as they hit the floor running. Within the first 3 races, I don't expect to see McLaren doing a bunch of trying to figure it out. Now, if they are there, then it just is what it is, right? Things change season to season. We also see that Lawson is in the bottom 20, bottom 15, all right? And Max Verstappen I haven't seen Max on track today, so I'm thinking that Lawson will have the day. And sometimes that's how Max does it, right, Max? Might not be on track as much as somebody else, and we'll see what happens in day 3. But Williams is, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Williams. I really am. I like what I see, but I can't buy it for full value. 083 gifted memberships in the live chat before we even get started. Let's see what we got. Who's going to get that membership? Who's been blessed with that membership? 083 just put in the live chat. We'll see who ends up getting that. But yeah, I just, big shout out to 083. I just think that this is also a situation where it's quite possible we could see Mercedes back in Mercedes competitive form. Like, it's been 2 days of solid runs for them. Now we have to see day 3 because they're going to start letting it loose. And I also I want to speak to this because I was concerned that Zhou Guanyu was not going to be in Formula One this year. I was concerned that he would not have a position of anything in Formula One this year. And I am absolutely pleased to see that he has joined Ferrari and he's with one of the best driver pairings in Formula One right now. And of course, that driver pairing will have to yield some fruit. It would have to provide some fruit of evidence for us to really make that a concrete thing. Right now, it looks good on paper. Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, Zhou Guanyu, Fred Vassar. But we got to see what they all do together when the season gets competitive, right? 083 Super Chat. Good morning, Jay. How are you feeling today? Big shout out to you, brother, man. It's day by day, man. It is day by day. But the sun hit my face this morning, so I thank God for that. I'm late on the live stream because physically I couldn't get it done when I wanted to, but I'm here now, and that's what counts. That's what counts. I really do appreciate you for asking, brother. I appreciate everybody for the good wishes, for real. So like I was saying, I think he's in a very good position being with Ferrari, being able to be in the same room as strategizing, as meeting, working out problems, talking about solutions with Lewis Hamilton, also with Charles Leclerc. And I do think that I don't want this to happen from an ill intent, but more than likely it would have to happen if, one of the drivers gets sick, or maybe they let Zhou get in for a practice session. Anything like that could happen. And if Zhou got an opportunity for a race, even if it were a sprint, to drive the Ferrari and see where he would end up, that would be an opportunity that could tell other teams he actually does have the ability. He actually does have the skill. He's just been in a very bad position with a bad team and a bad car. But with a good car, he can do good things. And that matters. That does matter. And Carlos would prove an even bigger point, being with his storyline at this point in time, having lost his position at Ferrari, moved to Williams, which is a team competing for the midfield, and then right now sitting at the top of the charts. If this is something, I don't think that Williams is going to come out and win a race this season. I don't think that's going to happen. If it does happen, I'd be very excited about that. But like I was telling you, if Williams can collect points almost every race, 70-75% of the season, collecting points, both drivers, I think that's an accomplishment, right? I think that's an accomplishment for Williams. I think that's upward progress for Williams from season to season to now, to see what they have done and what they've been able to achieve. They've been moving around parts and doing things, and last season was a bit rough for them, especially looking at some flow viz right now. I think it's Lawson right there. Oh, yeah, that car is definitely scraping. Yeah, definitely. I think right there they're trying to test rod height, trying to see how low they could run that car, and definitely figure out where's that stall position. Because remember, if you get it too low, you're going to get porpoising, because it's going to bottom out, it's going to push up, and then you're going to have that repetition over and over again. The suction, suck it down, bottom out, push up. It's going to do that. So porpoising. So it would be beneficial for a lot of teams right now, while I don't think there's a lot of plank checks going on, to start trying to find out where is the lowest we can run our car, maximize downforce, not get into a porpoising situation. And of course, that's going to change track to track, right? Because some tracks are more bumpier than others. Some tracks are going to have more downforce than others because you're going to be in a straight a lot longer. So you're going to have to kind of balance that all out. So there's always some nominal area you can exist in where you have to make a change here or there. And then when you make that change, you're not too far out of the window. You kind of find yourself in that area for majority circuits. But then again, that is the name of the game as well, right? The name of the game is to try to build a car that is going to be good across majority of the circuits, consistent across majority of the circuits, consistent regardless of what the temperature and climate is, That is the goal, because if you can build that car, then you're going to probably win quite a bit. Just and you can't have every circuit. So it might be one or two circuits that you don't do well at. That's still believable. That's still awesome. So they are definitely doing something. And McLaren, had a crap ton of flow viz. Yeah, for sure. McLaren had a crap ton of flow viz. It's and there's some people that might be alarming, but I think that right now, if you want to try to see what your aero package is doing as the air moves over that car, why not? No, there's nothing to say that you can't put that amount of flow viz on the car and there has to be something wrong. But in the general eye of some people, it would look as if you're looking for something that is wrong and you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. So yeah, Racer X210, big shout out Ferrari, looking good, and Hamilton showing he has the pace. Williams, I believe, to be a potential dark horse to make possible 5th or 6th in the Constructors Championship. Ooh. Well, let's think about this. 10 teams, right? I think right off the back we could say Stake and Haas are at the bottom. Right now, I think we can, safely say that's possible to happen. So right then and there, we're still looking at 8, right? 8 and 7. You said 5th and 6th. Who's the other team that's not going to do as good as them? So are you going to put Alpine behind them? So let's say we go with Alpine, put Alpine behind them. They're 7. And then where are you going to put the Racing Bulls? Aston Martin. So you'd have to beat out Aston Martin. You'd have to beat out the Racing Bulls to even get to 6, right? Because that's for 5 teams right there to even get to 6. So now you're talking about Mercedes, Aston Martin. I'm talking about Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull. It's like kind of 5th and 6th is crazy. 5th and 6th is crazy, man. I mean, if that happens, that's going to be one hell of an accomplishment. Because like I said, right off the back, you're beating out Haas and Stake, right? So you're sitting at 8. And then you got Alpine? I might could give you Alpine. But then after that, it starts getting a little kind of crazy. After that, you start kind of have to really think about it, right? You start have to kind of really consider, because the Racing Bulls are probably going to be there too. So even if you want to say they beat out the Racing Bulls, the junior Red Bull team, now you're finally at 6. If you could beat those 4 teams, you're finally at 6. Maybe possible 6. But after that, if you're trying to come up higher than 6, you talk about Aston Martin, you talk about Ferrari, you talk about Mercedes, you talk about Red Bull, you talking about McLaren. Do you believe that one of those other 5 teams that I just named are going to be like seeable by Williams? I think 6 is the ceiling. 5th, if they do make 5th, that could be crazy. That could be crazy. And I'm not gonna say they can't do it, but I'm gonna say 5th, if they make that happen, that's going to be one hell of an accomplishment. One hell of a feat. I'm with you, Race X210. OG Zilla says 2 years, Q3 Australia, can't come sooner. Right. Man, OG Zilla, I'm with you on that. OG Zilla. For sure. It is so good to see you, Sylvia with Kelly, in the live chat. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Q3 is going to be, Australia, Q3, lights out. Oh my gosh, man. Everybody's going to be, not everybody, let me not generalize. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs on TV watching that light to go out, trying to see who's going to be, what 3 drivers, what teams are going to be on the podium at the end of that first round. Right? Because we want to see out the gate who's got it closer to being right than anybody else. And we want to start being able to kind of make these assumptions, these scenarios of where these teams could be lined out. Me, I'm more of, I need to wait 5 rounds. 5 to 6 rounds is going to start telling me where we're really going to be for the rest of the season. Almost how I do NFL quarterbacks. 3 seasons tell me what you're probably going to be in this league as a quarterback in the NFL. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And then also, we're also going to be looking to see how many of these teams have built a reliable car. right? How many of these teams have built a car that is going to be dependable race week in and race week out? So that's going to be a big thing too. A reliable, fast, consistent car. We're going to see who's going to build that. And I would hope more than not we see a lot of teams do well there. That is what I would hope. But right now I'm pleased to see Ferrari. It's pleased to kind of see these teams tying together, right? Because it kind of gives you a little bit of perspective that cars and drivers might be closer together in a team unit, which means there could be a dogfight for Constructors Championship standings. I'm not saying these teams are going to be first, second, or third, but if we see that, the car, especially the two drivers in a team that are in the points, there could be a nice dogfight for the Constructors Championship, especially 2 and 3, 2, 3, and 4. If you start seeing a team just run away with it in first, it's kind of like, but I would like to see a dogfight. I think we had a moment last season where there was a positional change that was so crazy. And right now they're showing Felipe Drugovich, which is a crime for him to be where he is. It is a crime. They're not even putting my bro in the car and testing. That's crazy to me. Like, it is crazy. I'm not even seeing Felipe Drugovich in a car, in an Aston Martin for testing. It's like they have no desire. It's like they only want to hoard the talent so they don't have to worry about the talent. That is crazy. And I don't even know what kind of contract Felipe Drugovich signed, who his agent is. But where he is right now, he should not be. He should be somewhere with another team. I'd even hate to say it. I'd prefer to see him at Red Bull. I'd prefer to see Felipe somewhere where he's racing bulls. I'm not even fronting with that. I prefer to see this man on track. Him not being on track is criminal. Nasty Stu with the super chat to start off the season. They put Sainz out there to troll Ferrari. No lie. Cutthroat move, bro. I like it. I like it. I'm with you. I do. I like it, Nasty Stu. But in fairness, what would you do? It's like, I thought Carlos definitely should have, but when you got an opportunity to get Lewis Hamilton, Carlos on his best day is still not better than Lewis Hamilton on a mediocre day. But Carlos is showing, Carlos is a force to be reckoned with. I like him as a driver. I like the way he thinks on track. I like the way he conducts himself on track. I like the way he makes cutthroat decisions, not even cutthroat decisions, legitimate decisions on track to say, nah, we're not doing that because it's not going to work. And I'm going to show you that I'm right by doing what I think we should do. And it works anyway. I like all of that about Carlos. I do. Race is hard, but race is fair. He always kind of sounds like he's crying over the radio, but he has like this whining type voice when he's over the radio, but that can be annoying. But other than that, I mean, Carlos is a dog to me, man. Nasty Stu. He's a dog. Carlos Sainz is a dog. And I think we all both know that Carlos getting into Red Bull wasn't going to work because they don't want to put somebody as strong as a personality driver as Carlos next to Max Verstappen, because that's going to be a crybaby party. That's going to be a crybaby Max Verstappen party. So it's unfortunate for them, especially if they wanted to make sure they could compete for the Constructors Championship. They definitely should have got Carlos in there, but OG Zilla in the live chat says, I feel bad for Felipe. Man, bro, me too. I feel bad for Felipe too, man. I think it's bad. I think it's horrible. Bro, it's like a F2 world champion that comes in and cannot drive in Formula One for what now? 2-3 seasons? Gonna be 3 seasons now? That is criminal, bro. I feel bad for Felipe. Seems like timing getting into F1 is a bigger factor over driver skill set. Man, you said something right there, OG. You said something there, bro. But let's look at this. Is the timing bad or is the management bad? Because I would say the management is bad, OG Zilla. I think the timing is right. Lance Stroll has proven he is not going to bring anything more to Formula One than he already has, in my opinion. If for some reason he comes out here 2025, 2026, and all of a sudden it is this glorious, unexpected level of performance from Lance Stroll where he's outperforming Alonso and he's on the podium, because he ain't done that, then I'll take it back and be like, hey, things can change, people can change, and there's your proof. But I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't. Nadir, you don't have to apologize, brother. I'm late. Trust me, I'm late. I couldn't be here when I wanted to be here. I planned on being on here early in the morning, first session. Guess what? Couldn't happen. Planned on being here at the start of the second session. Guess what? Could happen. What matters is you're here, I'm here, the family's here, and we on the top side. That's that. You not late. You came in when you could. There's an open door policy here for the Wolfpack fam. I'm just glad you made it regardless. So yeah, man, it just I don't know, man. I just hate it for Felipe Drugovich, man. I do. I just don't even know what else to say about that right now. That's like a whole nother show we could do, and we likely will do. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Buck Rogers in the live chat. Let's go. Buck Rogers. Hello, Wolfpack fam. How is everyone? Forza Ferrari, man. That Ferrari's going up. Are turned up. Yeah, Buck Rogers for sure. Forza Ferrari. It's looking good right now, right? It's looking good right now. But tomorrow is where we should see a little bit of action, right? A little bit of action tomorrow. A little bit of drivers getting a little edgy to kind of test and see where they are next to each other within safe means of not wrecking this car. Because remember what I said, you wreck a car in testing, you just done yourself a large disservice. But we're going to see that tomorrow. Cars drivers trying to get a little closer to each other to kind of want to put their nose in there. We're going to see that tomorrow. So it's going to be real interesting to see what these charts look like tomorrow versus today as well. So definitely, man, definitely. I, for one, am questionable on Red Bull. You know, they don't like to reveal a lot. And to be fair, they've had the most dominant car for a little moment, for a little second. You know, when you think about teams that have had dominant cars for the stretch, you know, you think about Mercedes and Ferrari, you know, Williams, but Red Bull is just kind of brand new to trying to get into this again. And right now they're at their ceiling of where they were before with Vettel for 4 championships back to back, Max Verstappen. Now what's going to happen this season? I've told you that, in my opinion, I think history a team tends to rinse and repeat. And I think Red Bull's going to rinse and repeat. I don't think Max Verstappen's going to win his 5th world title. I think 4 was it, and I think that's going to be it so long as he's been with Red Bull. I think Ferrari, I think Mercedes, I think McLaren, even Aston Martin are going to start coming online, and Red Bull are going to be fighting for 4th and 5th finishes at their drivers and probably 5th and 4th in constructors. You know, I think that's where it's going to end up being, honestly. Gregory Williams and Baraka, what up, though? I see you, Baraka, what up? So, yeah, I think that's where that's going to be. For sure, I think that's where that's going to be. And right now you see in the Sector 1, Sainz, 243 kilometers an hour. Hamilton and Leclerc, top drivers right there, 274 in Sector 2 kilometers an hour matched. But then in the finish line and the speed trap, they're not there. But you got Ferrari, so it's a little kind of scattered there. Looking to see this helmet and this car. I honestly thought that Lewis Hamilton was going to do the 44 in that green or that yellow. I thought he was going to do it in that high vis yellow. I thought the 44 on the Ferrari and high vis yellow with a black stroke on it would have been dope on a Ferrari. I thought that's what would have done, but he didn't. All right, you all. Right now, we are pleased with what we see. It's an hour and 20 minutes more in the testing for day 2, session 2. Tomorrow, will conclude the days of testing. Into day 3, we are going to be here seeing how that will turn out, where these teams and these drivers will be. And I will also be here as well. So 083 says, if I were Felipe's manager, I would have gotten him out of the contract by now. Aston Martin is a dead end team. You know, man, I'm with you on that. And I'm wondering why he hasn't, especially in a moment where the driver market was had a nice little door crack right there. I wonder if Williams would have decided to go with Felipe versus Carlos to have that young driver lineup in a champion. I wonder, but maybe not. Maybe, I mean, think about this. What if Williams would have had Carlos and Felipe? Not wanting to see Albon out of a job, but I just wonder if Felipe might be a better driver than Albon, right? We don't really all know what he could be. We've seen him on track. We know what he could do. F2. We've seen him on track in F1 a little bit, and we were like, damn, keep him in the car, and they didn't. What would it have been for the Racing Bulls had Felipe been available with Yuki and Felipe at the Racing Bulls? That could have been crazy. I just think there was an opportunity there, and I don't know what is being promised to Felipe to stay with Aston Martin, not having his opportunity to drive in Formula One. Because we know that that's a nepotism situation. Lawrence Stroll is not taking his son out of that seat. And unfortunately, he's going to do it to detriment to the team. And I think that's criminal on his behalf. Gregory Williams says, I'm overly excited for this 2025 season. Been going through F1 withdrawal. Damn. It's almost time, man. It's almost time, bro. It is getting there, Greg. We're going to be there. Finale lap going to be there. F1 Minute was going to be kicking up later on in the season. We are getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, it's happening, right? So, yeah, I'm going to be excited to sit down and watch that first race, come on here and talk to you all. Do not forget, this weekend we will have the Wolves Den in the Discord this weekend, so I can hear all of you all, your point of views, your perspectives, what you thought about testing, how you're feeling about the teams, especially after day 3 racing. So I think that's going to be Sunday around 1300 or 1400 Eastern Standard Time. So that'll be 1900 for the UK family. Okay. That'll be around 11 to noon for our West Coast family. That'll be around an hour earlier for our Central. So I think we're going to put it around that time. So definitely, what's going on, Mimi? I see you in the live chat. OG Zilla just gifted 10 Wolfpack memberships. Vincent got it. DeLorean got a membership. Thank you, OG Zilla. Will Bang Bang. Will Bang Bang. Got a membership. N54. Raucous. What's up? I like cake forever. Man, I do like some cake. I can't even eat it anymore for the rest of my life, though. It's kind of out of the question for me. Nomon got it. Edgar, Real Gems. Yo, welcome to the grid. And RJ, welcome to the grid. Welcome to Wolfpack Performance. Welcome to the family. You just got gifted a membership from OG Zilla. Continue your membership. Get into the Discord so you all can talk with us this weekend. Because if you have a membership, you should be able to get access into the Discord and get in there so we can hear your perspectives, your point of views about what you think about testing. It is a fun conversation. I would like to see a plethora of people in there. And if we have to extend the time, maybe about 15 minutes to add more time in there for people to be able to speak, we'll do that so long as we're having a good conversation. Get in. That should be right there. It should be a no-brainer. It should be 10, 11 people, new people in the Discord conversation this Sunday. It will be posted up. You'll know what time it is. So get in there so you can talk with your family members, so you can share your perspective, share your experiences. There's a server in there where you can share pictures of when you go to Formula One events. There's a server in there where you can show your swag when you buy new gear to represent your team or your driver. And it doesn't have to be Lewis Hamilton. It could be any driver that you represent, so long as you don't come in there acting like an ass. That's it. That's it. Don't be an ass. Represent whatever driver and team you want. We even have debates in there. Driver to driver, team to team debates. Just keep it respectful. Don't personally attack anybody. Don't start demeaning anybody. And we can do that. That's what people don't understand. They make themselves out outliers by assume that it's just going to be a Lewis Hamilton party. No, but Lewis Hamilton is the GOAT. He's got a larger fan base than any Formula One driver on the grid. So that's not to say that, oh, it's only a Lewis Hamilton party. No, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, come on now. There's a lot of dynamics working there, and it's kind of crazy for people to say some of the things they say. All right, so yeah, come on, we got this. Baraka's like the Red Bull. Well, until Toyota came, Baraka switching to Haas now since Toyota is part of their program. He's a Haas representative now. I don't know if he might kind of moonlight as Red Bull fan, but he said he with Toyota. He said if Toyota came in, he was going to be with Toyota, and Toyota's with Haas, so that's where he is until probably Cadillac comes in. And I don't know what he might do when Cadillac comes in. So we'll have to see where Baraka stands then, right? We had to see where he's going to be then. But as of right now, you know, we living life and turning it up. So yeah, it's going to be real interesting. It's going to be a real good time. You know, I want everybody to have a good time. I want everybody to get in, to be able to speak, to be able to talk about how they feel about Formula One. Oh, Jeff's in the live stream. What's up, Jeff? What's up? Jeff is out here. Man, that is Mr. Swag right there. Jeff is Mr. Swag, the only person to change as many team shirts on a F1 Minute show than anybody. And I'm excited to see what changes and what kind of gear he's going to have this season. So really interested in that. Jeff, how you doing, brother? So yeah, this is going to be a good time, people. Just stick with us. You got 083 again. Big shout out to you for doing that, dropping and inviting people basically into our family. All right. So we got an hour, pretty much an hour left. We're gonna sit and watch some of this. I do have a live that I would like to do. We're gonna talk about some things, and Sylvia with Kelly just dropped you all a message right there and says that new members go to perks and click on the vid that will direct you on how to join the Discord. Thank you very much, Sylvia with Kelly. That is true. If you're trying to figure out how to join the Discord, there is a video there that tells you how to do it. Can be a little finagling, but it's really easy. But there is a video there that will outline how you do that. And we might even make a new video. I might make a new video. I need to get with somebody who has an Android and somebody who has an iPhone. I have an iPhone, so I need to get with somebody who has an Android. And then we need to kind of go over on how to do that again, on how to set that up. So definitely set it up and reach out to some of the people. If you need to leave a comment on how to do it, then do that. I've helped people one-on-one. I've literally helped people one-on-one who have reached out to me on social media. I've gotten on FaceTime calls with them. I've done video chats with them, and we've spent an hour or so trying to assist people on getting into the Discord. I've done that myself. So the family is willing to assist you on trying to get into the entire experience of being in the Wolfpack family and having a community of people that can just go in and share thoughts and share experiences and share gear and all that stuff. So bet. So Celia with Kelly, we might need to get together and see how you do it, right? On how you have to do it from an Android and how I do it from an iPhone, and make a new updated video on how to get into the Discord. So we'll try to set up some time to make that happen. Or if you can do a screen record, if you could do a screen record on going through the steps on your Android, and I'll do a screen record on going through the steps on an iPhone, and then I can use those visuals and make the video myself and then put it up. So if there's a way for your Android to screen record showing people the steps in the decisions or the selections you have to make to get to the area to open up the Discord, to join the server, do that, and then send that to me in Discord, and then I'll save that video and make my screen record video, and I'll put both of them up for iOS and Android, and then that should kind of cover everybody pretty much. Because you don't have an iPhone, technically you got an Android or a Google, which is kind of Android-based anyway. So, all right. So listen, we got an hour and 11 minutes. I want you all to enjoy the rest of testing. Appreciate that very much, Celia with Kelly, very much. I want you to enjoy testing. We're going to be back maybe later, but definitely tomorrow. This is day 2. We are about to be to the end of day 2 and into day 3 to see what will really be an kind of close idea of what we can expect from these teams and drivers. I really appreciate you all chopping it up with me this morning. Day 2, session 2. Gregory says, I tried watching Formula One sim. Oh, man, that probably was rough. But found the race here with Wolfpack family members. Man, bro, our grudge races, I can't wait to do another one. I haven't been able to do it because, you know, my situation. Grudge racing with Wolfpack is exciting. Almost sometimes more exciting than actual Formula One races, to be fair. If I'm keeping it a buck, sometimes our grudge races are more exciting than Formula One races. Incredible Facts Quest says, hey, Jay and fam, I'm not sure what happened to you, but it's good to see that you're doing well. Looking forward to the session. Hey, fam, hey, appreciate you much, man. I really do. I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that, man. Greatly. Appreciate you much for that, bro. You know, all the positive energy helps, man. When you got good fam, you got good people around you. Y'all, I really do genuinely and sincerely appreciate the community that we have built, that we are a part of, okay? That you all make happen, that you all contribute to embracing other people. So, hell yeah, I really do genuinely, sincerely appreciate you all and love you all, all right? So, let's get ready to get up out of here. I got to go do, you know, what I need to do to continue my progress of physical. So peace and love to you all. We will see you all soon. I might even do a live later if I can, but if not, there's definitely a video I'm going to do, a couple of videos we need to do, but we will be in Discord this weekend. All right. Peace and love. Wolfpack out.